Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everyone to tonight's Bryan City Council meeting of November the 17th, and apologize for the delay here. So, start right off, gentlemen. You've been presented the minutes for the November 3rd council meeting. Any additions, corrections need to be made to those minutes?
Having heard none, I'll make a motion they're approved as presented.
I'll second that.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes. Okay, clerk treasurer's report. Lori, please.
Ordinance number 55, 2014, an ordinance providing for the transfer of funds for the City of Bryan for the month ending November 30th, 2014. This is a transfer request of $700,000 from the 1% income tax fund to the 101 general fund for general spending purposes. A transfer request of $50,000 from the 1% income tax fund to the 203 street department fund for $50,000 for general spending purposes. Total amount of transfer requested, $750,000.
Lord, could I have the ordinance number again, please?
55.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I don't have a problem with that. I'd be willing to suspend the rules.
I'll second it.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
I move we adopt.
Second?
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes. Okay, next, hearing of public concern. Anybody wants to address the council that's not on the agenda? I see none, and...
I have one.
Yeah, Mayor?
We have with us tonight Kylie Rand, and I'm going to have her come to the podium to maybe talk a little bit about what we heard last week, that our probation officers, our probation department got the Clifford Skeen Award for the second time, and that award cannot be given out consecutive years, but every other year, and we understand that Bryan is one of the first cities to get that in that timetable. So we're pretty proud of that, and both Kim could not make it tonight, but Kylie's here. Tell us a little bit about this, if you can, what you have. Kim says you're all ready to go, so come up to the microphone.
Great public speaker.
Come right to the microphone so you can be on TV.
That makes it even better.
Okay. The Bryan Municipal Probation Department was chosen to receive the Clifford Skeen Award. The award was initiated as part of the former Governor George Voinovich's administration to demonstrate commitment to community corrections as a viable alternative to incarceration. The award was conceptualized by former Lieutenant Governor and U.S. current Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine and former Director Reginald Wilkinson of the Ohio Department of Rehabilitations and Corrections. It was first presented in 1993. The Clifford Skeen Award is given in honor of the late 8-term Ohio Representative Clifford Skeen. Mr. Skeen sponsored the Community Corrections Act passed by the Ohio legislation in July of 1979. The purpose of this act was to reduce the number of non-dangerous offenders being sent to state prisons. The Bryan Municipal Probation Department was selected as the award recipient from 111 jail diversion programs in the state of Ohio. This is the second time, as the mayor said, this is the second time the department has been honored for this prestigious award. In 2012, the Bryan Municipal Probation Department was also selected as the Clifford Skeen Award recipient. The award was given during a ceremony in Columbus on October 16th of 2014 at the Ohio Justice Alliance for Community Corrections Conference, and there were over 500 people in attendance. In addition to numerous awards, the department received a proclamation from Governor John Kasich, which reads, Bryan Municipal Probation Department, as you receive the Clifford Skeen Award, you have displayed exemplary efforts in providing quality programs within Ohio's network of community-based corrections, and we commend the hard work and dedication involved in your accomplishments. On behalf of our great state, we extend our best wishes for continued success. The Bryan Municipal Probation Department is a key partner in the Williams County criminal justice system. Program staff collaborates with both public and private entities in order to increase cost-effective programming for higher-risk individuals. In an effort to reduce recidivism and improve outcomes, the program began using a Thinking for a Change in 2008. Both Kim and I are facilitators for that program. This cognitive-based approach to supervision seeks to change offender behavior through role-playing, skill building, and learning to handle stressful situations in socially acceptable ways. The department also uses the carry guides to help officers identify criminogenic needs and develop individual case plans. The program also incorporates positive reinforcement methods for offender accomplishments, simple actions like verbal praise, certificates of accomplishment, serenity stones, fishbowl entries, and decreased reporting requirements have proven to be a real impact in changing offender behavior. Ongoing evaluations of the offender's progress are conducted at regular intervals, and case plans are adjusted accordingly. By implementing these supervision approaches, the program has dramatically reduced the number of revocations and local incarcerations due to probation violations. Instead, violations that do occur are usually handled within the department through house arrests, increased alcohol testing, and GPS monitoring, also in-house assignments in the carry guides. The Bryan Municipal Probation Department has developed relationships throughout the community to enhance the services that they provide. One such program is the Community Service Program. The department has over 25 work sites throughout Williams County, and offenders are placed into the community to perform community service work, which has been a rewarding experience for both the provider and the offender. The department recently created a community forum group. The purpose of this group is to open the court doors to the community and present a variety of subjects which have particular interest to the community. The first community forum was held on Thursday, October 9th, which was an opiate symposium. It featured judges from the municipal court as well as the common pleas court, along with prosecutors, probation officers, educators, a pharmacist, our coroner, and 2 recovering heroin addicts that were willing to share their personal stories. The department understands the changes that are happening in the field of community corrections. The training standards are taken seriously, and both officers are trained in evidence-based practices. The staff of the Bryan Municipal Probation Department feel that positive change can happen with a dedicated team of providers working together in conjunction with evidence-based practices, and that they can make a real difference by giving the offenders the skills that they need to live a law-abiding and successful life. And we want to thank you for the recognition in front of all of you today. We appreciate it.
Okay.
I think this is great for our community, and I know Rhonda had something to do with this also, and the courts, and I know Kim is not able to be with us here, but we're very proud of that. And just announcing last week a little bit, and Rhonda told us about the Clifford Skeen Award. We wanted a little bit more information, but you can see it's quite a program, and we're proud to have that in the time that you have. So let's keep it going, and good luck.
My question is that of all the things that you do, you know, interactions and rewards and things like that, there are 111, I think you said, in the state.
Yes.
So you was number one, picked number
Yes.
one. Okay. So what do you think makes you different than the other 110? And also, do you have a particular reward system or program that works, that has really worked, that's brought these people around, that's given them a more positive attitude?
I think that just everything that we do has been great, but it comes from our audit scores, and we had the top audit score. I can't attest to whether it was just municipal or what exactly, but we had the top audit score in the state. So that definitely put us at the front.
Right.
This year, some of the counties that we were up, or the other programs that we were up against, weren't as big as, as they were the year before, the 2 years before. We were up against Cuyahoga County 2 years ago. So, that was huge for us. We always said we were the little engine that could. But I think, just to share a real quick story, a client of ours, we gave him a Serenity Stone, obviously something that we do if they've been doing well. And he'd had a larger period of sobriety and had been doing very well. And I gave him a Serenity Stone for sobriety, and it brought tears to his eyes. So, even if it's just one person that we can make a change, which obviously we are doing more than just one person, but even if it's just in the life of one person that we can make that much of a change. He said he'd never been given anything before that meant that much to him. So a lot of the people, especially the Serenity Stones, if we give them to them, they'll put them on their nightstands, they'll put them in their bathroom, so in the morning when they get up to brush their teeth and get ready for work or whatever, they look at it and recognize that they are doing a good job. So that's just a small story of some of the things that have come about. So.
And I've seen some of the ones that you've assigned even to this building for cleaning and so forth. And when they first come around, you don't know whether they want to do it and so forth. And we've bragged them up a little bit and so forth. And my gosh, they found, in fact, I even had one that I saw then out in a area of work ask if they could use my name as a recommendation.
That's
and
awesome.
they did a good job cleaning the building here. Just picking up cigarette butts and things of that nature.
Yeah.
If you compliment them, who knows where they...
I mean, we all know how it feels to be complimented if we're
Yeah.
doing a good job, and it's not just assumed. I mean,
Yes.
sometimes it is nice to get something, even if it's just, a verbal recognition that you're doing a great job, so.
Is it just you and Kim?
Yes.
Basically?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Just Kim and I.
All right.
Yep.
And do they come to you, or do you have to go out and make home visits and things like that?
We do some home visits.
Is that scheduled or unannounced?
Unannounced,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
So, and usually we take law enforcement with us, so we don't normally go out in the field alone, so.
Gotcha.
And sometimes the local law enforcement, if they're having a problem with someone or think that maybe someone's doing drugs or have drugs at their house or whatever, sometimes they'll call us and ask us to go with them and assist them, so. But I mean, it's a huge effort, it's not just our department. Like Mayor said, Rhonda and her department has a huge part in it. The girls downstairs and the judge, everybody. And I have a couple guys in here that have that are supervisors for community service. Are they always perfect? No. But we do have success stories that, like you said, Mayor, I mean, there's people out there that, Chief just said today that he wanted a guy back that he had before, and he said I would take him back again at any time, so. But I think, Tommy, it's a combination of everything. And, our providers that we have, Recovery Services, Maumee Valley, it's just a combined effort of everybody together, working together. And, I think I had told you before, being such a small agency in rural Northwest Ohio, we're lucky to know some of those treatment providers face to face. We know them maybe on more of a personal level than just referring them out. Like in Toledo, if you're referring to an agency, you may not know anybody there. And maybe you don't feel comfortable picking up the phone and calling and saying, hey, Johnny is not doing so good. What can we do to make make him better? So I think we're lucky in that aspect.
Well, I think we're lucky to have people like you and Kim and
Thank you.
Rhonda and the support
Yes.
that you have and things like that, because again, it's a great program, it sounds
Thank
like,
you.
and evidently
Thank you.
you've been rewarded with it.
Yeah.
And they understand what you're trying to do. So my compliments to everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Number 4, wait a minute.
I think we did number 4. I think she
Oh,
got
yeah.
out of
Yes, yes. Okay, number 5 then is a ordinance. So Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 56, 2014, an ordinance to accept the final plat for Autumn Chase Phase 3 Planned Unit Residential Development.
Is Mr. Andrew?
This is for the third phase of Autumn Chase. You all should receive a plat in your packets. Basically, they extended Spring Meadow Lane and added 2 additional lots. Kind of cleaned up some stuff that was done in the past. Road has been extended, utilities have been extended. You see from the minutes of the P&Z meeting, there was no objections. I have yet to hear anything on this, so if you guys are willing, I'd like to suspend, but if you just want to do the first reading, that's fine by me also.
I think this is This has been a situation that's been talked about and been looked at for probably a good 6 months to a year anyhow.
Correct.
Things like that, and so I think
We're a good
everybody,
year into it.
anybody within that area out there is well aware of what has taken place and is done now, and,
Correct.
yep, okay.
Did we do any action on this last time when this came up? Because I remember something about this.
That was the preliminary plat,
Okay.
which you approved. So, I do have the Mylars here with signatures from the homeowners, so if you do suspend it, I'll get your signatures after the meeting.
Okay.
I mean, this was when Plat 2 was done, Plat 3 was thought about at that time anyways, wasn't it? I mean, it was the whole idea was to...
Correct, yeah, there's an overall scheme for the whole development.
We had no one at planning and zoning.
No.
No one at all.
I move we suspend.
I'll second it,
Keith?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yeah.
Tommy?
Yes.
Move to adopt?
Second?
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we have another resolution, so Lori, would you please number and read?
Resolution number 33, 2014, a resolution authorizing the approval of the solid waste management plan update for the joint solid waste management district of Defiance, Fulton, Paulding, and Williams counties, Ohio.
Okay, you all received a disc for your computers. If I would bring the book to you for this assignment tonight, there's about 350 pages. So we'll give a little test to see how many of you went through this. I would like to have the first reading tonight to give you a little idea. And we do have Kim Schaub from our Williams County Health Department here. He might be able to come to the mic if you need. We need to, Kim, come forward if you'd like. But we got a letter from the solid waste, and we've been working on this for some time. We have a committee representing Williams County, and it's Al Word from the commissioners, myself as mayor, township trustee Jim Davis, Kim Schaub, our health commissioner, industrial representative is Jim Houston, public member is Alan Benjamin, public member is Jerry Lemons, and at-large member is Mike Spielman. And we meet about every 2 months, and the initial letter that came with the CD states that the Solid Waste Management District of Defiance, Fulton, Paulding, and Williams has completed the rewrite of its existing solid waste management plan as required by the Ohio Revised Code. The district updates are only minor changes with the existing plan. The changes include an update listing of recycling opportunities, a $2 contract fee on waste generated within the district adopted in July 2014, and a commitment of the district to continue to provide excellent recycling and expand recycling opportunities as market conditions permit and final assets allow. Now, Kim, I understand what we've been told in our meeting. We're recycling more, but we're receiving less. And the material we recycle, we're recycling more, we're receiving less, and the landfill is no longer taking only from our district. Am I right on that?
Yes, it's correct that we are recycling more. We're doing a great job. The penalty of that is that since we are doing a good job of recycling, there's less waste going into the landfill and therefore less tipping fees coming into the program to fund it. So therefore, in order to continue funding, in order to meet Ohio EPA standards, the board decided to raise tipping fees by $2 for in-district trash only. That doesn't affect out-of-state waste.
And we understood that that really had nothing to do with a total cost. That was per ton. Am I correct with
Yes,
that?
per ton, yes.
And we made a little adjustment. In order for this plan to be developed, we had Dick Sargent, he's kind of the attorney for
Yes.
the group. And then Jamie, was it Swala or something like that?
Yes.
Did all the highlighting and so forth. It was quite a process that we went through. And this is a process that we have to do, it's a 15-year plan, but this is kind of the triennial update.
Yes.
And you have to do it every 3 years, and these people meet. And you can see from if you go through this, you can see just minor changes that have been made.
Yeah,
And-
basically just to update what things are available now in the district for people to recycle. I think a couple of main points that Ohio EPA wanted to see is that the district offered recycling opportunities to at least 90% of the population throughout the district. That was one main thing. The other is that we have landfill capacity for the next 15 years, which Republic has a lot more capacity than 15, I would say, just guessing, over 50.
And they also said it's better for a committee to write this EPA program than the EPA writing it for us. And they didn't know whether that $2 fee was a hold fee, and I think that, who was Dick Sargent said, we hope, I think he said that, or maybe Tim Hauk. And Tim Hauk is coming to our next meeting. I'd like a first reading tonight, and he's the district coordinator, and he can fill us in more.
Sure.
But I think he said that they're trying to hold to that and keep it,
Right.
keep that cost as low as they can, and yet
Correct.
still satisfy EPA's request to keep that whole.
Exactly. That's the main point.
Well, that was my question, is they've hit us with $2 a ton now. Now, are they gonna hit us again next year? Is it the third year? Or
Well-
when they come down with this new plan, or how does this work? We gonna get hammered every 6 months or every year?
If Ohio EPA approves our new draft, our new plan, then we should be okay. The funding fee schedule that they have set up has us set up for another 20 years, I
20
believe.
years.
Yes.
Yes,
So
should be okay.
if Ohio EPA approves. Now, if they say that we are not meeting the standards, then we'll have to readjust. But I don't, according to our lawyers, that he feels strongly that we'll be okay.
And they're really professional lawyers. Dick Sargent knows what he's doing, I feel. And our committee, it's, they've gone over this page by page and yellowed out and whatever. And really, outside of that charge, that was just about the minor
Yes.
things that was made.
Correct.
So if we could have a first reading tonight, and then this Tim Hauk, our district coordinator, will be here the next time, then it has to go back, it has to pass by the major cities and township, and then it has to go back to our committee again and for final, and then we have to send it into the
Correct. I
EPA.
think 75% of all the
75%
district has to approve it first.
I move we do a first reading.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second.
Dick Wright.
Yes.
Rick Hoopie.
Yes.
Dick Reed.
Yeah.
Keith.
Yes.
Tommy.
Yes.
So by the next meeting, make sure you put this in your computer, and I didn't want to copy 300 and some pages for everything.
I think we ought to do this for the whole city of Bryan. Just put this in and show.
This CD could be put on the website, I'm sure, and you could read through it.
I can just see it getting 3,000 hits.
Yep.
Okay.
Next item.
Okay, next we have an ordinance. Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 57, 2014, an ordinance authorizing the annexation of territory contiguous with the city of Bryan, commonly known as 15290 County Road D50, Bryan, Ohio, and authorizing City Attorney Rhonda Fisher to prosecute the proceedings necessary to complete annexation.
Pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, when we have ground that is wholly owned by a municipal entity, we are able to annex that with the county commissioners by filing a petition, which will then be approved by them within 30 days. So this will be a very quick process. The Pulaski Township trustees have already been notified of our intent to annex. This is the ground that is just north of this property on which this building sits, and will square off the property here and be utilized for future use. But it is currently located in Pulaski Township, so we'd ask to have this approved so that we can annex that piece of ground into the city.
Motion to suspend. We know what it is.
I'll second it.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Second?
Keith?
It's that house right here. Yeah, oh, okay, that's what you said, okay.
Keith?
Sorry.
Yes.
Rick
Sorry.
Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes. I thought you said I thought, okay. Next, we have another ordinance. Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 58, 2014, an ordinance authorizing the clerk treasurer to issue change order number 1 and final for the project known as 2014 Pavement Marking Program.
Andrew?
This is a deduct of $12,353.18. The final quantities, as-built quantities, came in lower than the bid quantities we had proposed, so that's the reason for this change.
This is one of those hurry up and pass it ones, right?
Yes, it is.
Then I move we suspend.
Second.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Move to adopt.
Second?
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
So that brought our payment under the 60,000, well within our budget. So we'll take all those refunds we can get,
I like it.
unless they missed a line here or there.
Okay, next we have another ordinance. So Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 59, 2014, an ordinance authorizing the clerk treasurer to issue change order number 1 and final for the project known as 2014 Asphalt Program.
Again, this is another deduct of $4,970.38. Again, the final quantities came in lower than our initial bid quantities.
Move we suspend.
I'll second it.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Move
Thank
we
you.
adopt?
I'll second it.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes. Okay, number 10, we have reclassification employees and approval of hiring fire department employees. Chief Siders.
Good evening, gentlemen. I would ask that you allow me to appoint Jared McCann to the position of firefighter with the fire department effective December 1st. Currently, Jared serves as a paid-on-call member with the department as a volunteer firefighter. Jared has his firefighter 2 certification, his hazardous materials technician certification, and his emergency medical technician certification. Upon your confirmation, Jared will serve a 12-month probation period beginning December 1st.
I move we adopt.
Second?
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Second is, I ask your permission to reclassify Dustin Gillette. I would like for him to be reclassified from a police fire dispatcher to the position of firefighter with the fire department, also effective December 1st. In accordance with the city employee handbook, both the chief of police and the mayor have been given letters and have approved this reclassification. So I ask upon your confirmation with this one that since Dustin is already an employee with the city, in accordance again with the handbook, he would serve a 6-month probation.
I'll make a motion to pass.
Second.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have a building permit. Andrew?
This is for Isaac Southtown Bryan. This is located at 1220 South Main Street. This would be the Burger King building. As of right now, they do not have a contractor picked out, but they are proposing massive cosmetic work to the building with some minor structural changes. Zone is C2, state construction type is 5B, use group is A2. Cost for the project is $14,000.
I'll make a motion, we approve the permit.
Second.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Thank you, Lori, when I get the contract, I'll do it, okay?
Okay, next on the agenda is the fireworks discussion, and so, see Dan is here, come forward. I don't know if you had anything to say?
Yes, as, we'll kind of let Dan carry the ball here. We had the fireworks in the park last year, and it was successful, and I think he is going to ask council for that same permission for next year.
Yes, we're here to, I brought Tom Turnbull, who is our 2015 Chamber President, and we are ready to sign a contract for the 2015 fireworks, and we would like the council's blessing or approval. I'm not sure if we do that, how we go about that, but I have been in contact with Ben, and everything went swimmingly last year, and same thing with Bruce. We had no issues. Of course, we know that if the wind changes, there could be a chance that we stop and not have the show, which we talked about last year when we discussed this, so we are well aware of that, and we're going to handle it the same way we did this year, and we don't see any problems moving forward.
Dan, did you publicize that in the paper that with wind changes, it would be the next night? Did you have a date set?
We do. We always have a rain date or a cancellation date, and that is always the next evening, yes.
Bruce, do you see any problems with what went on last year?
No, we didn't have any issues last year, and quite honestly, we don't anticipate any issues, but if they do come up, we've already been in discussion with the chamber and with the shooter in regards to stopping the show based on weather conditions.
I have also requested that we have the same shooter that we had for probably the last 15 years, because he's very well aware of Bryan and the weather patterns here, because he's from Defiance. So I've requested that, and they've assured me that he will be our shooter for next year, too.
Does council have any?
I'll make a motion that we approve it again next year.
I'll second.
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's all we have on the agenda. I'm going to go around the meeting, or around the room real quick, and then after that, we'll take a short recess, and then we're going to go into executive session for acquisition of property and compensation of personnel. So, Mr. Tyson, you have anything? Andrew, anything else? No, sir. All right, Mr. Ben. All righty. Chief Willis. All right, Chief Siders. All right. Mr. Jim, anything from BPA? All righty. Okay. Did I miss anybody down there? Mr.
Nothing
Hooper?
tonight.
All right, Mr. Wright?
Nothing.
Mr. Reed?
Nothing.
Okay, Mr. Day.
Nothing tonight.
Wow.
Surprised
Ms. Lloyd.
Council was presented with the clerk treasurer's report for the month ending October 31st, 2014. Could I please have that approved?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I wondered when you were going to do it.
Second.
Did we?
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes.
Tommy?
Gotcha. Yes. Okay, Ms. Rhonda.
No, sir.
I combined it with the other one. I thought we were
I
okay.
just have one thing, and I know it doesn't affect Dick Wright because he'll be gone, but we have to set a special meeting. We usually have that around noon on December 30th. We do our budget and our salary projections and everything at that meeting. And we have our budget planning coming up. When is that? This Thursday, isn't it? And we'll have that all in place, but then we do all that final adoption on December 30th, and it's usually around a noon meeting. How does that work for the rest of the council?
Okay for me.
Can we?
And like always, I'll meet with Laura before,
Yeah.
so that I have some idea what's going on.
So
Noon?
Noon. So can we have we need a motion for that?
Oh,
Motion to set a special meeting for December 30th, 12 o'clock noon for
So
end of the
moved.
year budget and so forth. Yep.
So
We have
I move.
Yep, okay. We need a second.
Second.
Keith?
Yes.
Rick Hoopie?
Yes.
Dick Wright?
Yes?
Dick Reed?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes. That's it. Thank you very much. We'll be going into executive session. Thank you for coming.